Hello, welcome back to another video tutorial here at GeekatPlay Studios. My name is Gary Miller. Over in the Hexagon forum at Renderosity, Trekkie Girl asked the question, is it possible to create one or more domains on your object and apply materials to them? And if so, how do you go about doing it? Well, it's an easy process, and I've seen more than one question about this in the past, so I thought I'd create a tutorial for creating colors or creating materials here in Hexagon and selecting multiple or creating multiple domains for or on your object. Now I know I've seen Vladimir cover this subject in one or more of his tutorials, but which tutorial he demonstrates this and where in that tutorial it is shown along the timeline, I have no idea. So I think for the sake of simplicity and to make it easy to find out how to use these tools, I'll just create a tutorial dedicated solely towards creating materials and domains here in Hexagon. So to begin with, I'm going to create a cube. And over here, got this little tab. If you click on it, it brings up your very basic material and domain editor. Well, let's start off, create a new material. Let's call this red, and we'll create a red color for it. I'll create a new material, call this blue, and assign a blue material to it. I'm going to minimize the shading domains. Now here are my two colors. Right now it's blue. If I want to make it red, all I have to do is come up here and click on my arrow and click on Set Material. Well, I'm going to duplicate this. Now I've got two, and I'm going to make this one blue. So you can very easily switch or change colors from one to another on any object that you create simply by selecting the associated objects here under the material editor. Well, I'm going to deselect all of them, and I want to cover one other option here, and that is this one here that's highlighted, select associated objects. Since I am choosing this option under the red material, it will select all the objects in my scene that have this red material applied to it. And the same goes for blue. If I select this one, it selects the blue one. If this is selected and I also select the red one, then it selects all of them at the same time. Well, that's pretty basic. The other options that are available are rename material, that's obvious, duplicate material, obvious, and remove material. Those are all fairly obvious, so I think those are all pretty well covered. Now let's go to the shading domains. I'm going to delete these objects and create a new cube. I'm going to add a level of tessellation of 4 to this. So now I've got a cube with a whole bunch of faces on it. I'm going to give it my red color. Now right now, the domain name that is listed here is called unassigned faces because I have not selected or chosen any of the faces on my cube here and assigned a domain to them. Essentially, all a domain is it is a specific location on your object, in this case my cube, that you have designated to have a chosen color to it. So what I will do is I will create a new domain, and I need to select faces on my object first. So I will select all of them by clicking unassigned faces, create a new domain, come down here to rename, and I'll name it red. Hit enter, and now I'll come up here to my materials and I'll set my material to red. Oh, I need to select my domain, and now it is red. Well, that's a pain in the neck if all you want to do is create a red cube. I had a red cube before. I went and played around with these domain names. So what is the benefit of all this? Well, the benefit, as I said earlier, you can create multiple domains on your object. So with that in mind, I'm going to select these faces here. I'm going to hold down Shift and select all these faces. Create a new domain, and I will call this blue. And I will click on the blue domain. Well, let me click off first. Select my cube, click on the blue domain, and now it has retrieved or re-enabled that selection of faces that I made earlier. And so now I will set the material to blue. I will click off, and now I have more than one color on this single object. Well, I want to cover a few more options, and that is I will click on the red domain so all of the red faces are highlighted. I'm going to cover what this button here does, and it is identical to this one down here. Essentially, when you select it, all the faces that are assigned to this domain are hidden. They haven't been deleted, they're just hidden, because if you click it again, it will be re-enabled. And we have this plus button here. The plus button allows you to add additional faces to your domains. So when I selected these blue ones, I purposely did not select these three here that I have just now highlighted. So I want to add those to my blue selection. So I'll come down here, click on my blue, hold down Shift, and select those additional three, and I will click the plus button. Now I'll click off of it, and now I have added those additional three faces to my blue domain. I'm going to undo that because there's another way you can do it, and that is simply just select those three faces, come down here to your blue domain, and then just click the plus button, and that adds it, and that adds them to it. And the other options that are available is select. I can select the faces that are assigned to this domain. Set, we've already used that. Show domain faces if they're hidden. Hide domain faces. Show domain faces. Rename, remove, or you can change the material and assign something else to it. And that's pretty easy. And what benefit would you have for creating multiple domains on an object? Well, for one I can think of right off the bat is if you wanted to create, say, an eyeball. Actually, let me undo that. I want to, with these selected, set the blue material, and I will select these inner ones, new domain, and I'll just create a black material. Oops. And my black material, nope, that's not it. There it is. So now I can very easily create like an eyeball. And there's a lot of possibilities that help in when you're modeling, differentiating one part of a model, one part of an object with another. And if you have a model with numerous pieces to it, it helps to assign, say if you have multiple pieces, that when you go to texture it, you know they're going to be black because you want to apply a black paint or a black rubber material to it. You can assign a black material to it now, so you can kind of get an idea on how the model is going to appear in its final stage, even while you're in the beginning stages of modeling it here in Hexagon. And there's just lots of uses for it, and it's a great benefit, and it helps when you're modeling. So this is learning how to create materials and domains on your objects here in Hexagon. So thanks for watching this tutorial here at GeekatPlay Studios. My name's Gary Miller. Have a good day.